Hi guys, my name is Shubhamit. I'm one of the HRs at Woodrock Infotech Private Limited. Today I'm here to discuss with you the best practices to follow and certain things that you need to know when you're applying for a job or appearing for an interview. Now the first thing that you need to keep in mind is you have to be punctual. Being punctual tells us that you are sincere and serious about your application and that you value our time as well. Second thing that you need to keep in mind is that you have to be approachable and dressed well, right? Because it tells us that you're willing to walk the extra mile to leave an everlasting impression. And as you know, that first impression is the last impression. So it's best that you come well dressed like this, well dressed, groomed and approachable, so that it tells us about the sincerity of your application. All right. The next thing that we're talking about is the most important document that you require at the time of your interview, and that is your CV. You need to make sure that your CV is precise, concise, and to the point. Your CV should be highlighting all the key responsibilities that you've been entrusted with in the past, all the important work experiences that you have, and all your strengths. Remember that your CV should not include anything at all which is not true, because you should remember that the people who will be screening your CVs are experienced and they can skim through your CVs and identify the inconsistencies if there are any. So try to stick to your strengths and do not try to deceive anyone. Remember that the process of the interview starts the moment you step foot at the reception. So remember to be at your best behavior when you're talking with the receptionist or the security guard. The feedback about your behavior, attitude, and communication is often shared with the interviewers in helping and trying to identify your character. So please be at your best behavior and do not reflect any sort of adverse behavior. Right? Next thing that I want to talk about is padding your eligibility at the time of the interview. You need to make sure that you apply for the interview even if you're only meeting up to 60% of the requirements. Focus your interview in trying to prove that you have what it takes to pick up the skills that you do not have. Keep certain thoughtful questions prepared in your mind at the time of the interview. You need them if the interview goes well. Questions that display a lack of thought will show the interviewer that you're not serious about the interview, that you're not genuinely curious. So make sure that you have certain smart questions planned that shows the interviewer about your genuinity. It is very important to make sure that you have done your background research about the company you're applying at. This tells the interviewers that you're certain and sure that you know what you want and where you're applying. This shows the interviewer that you're not confused or you're not, unsure about your application status, and it paints a very positive picture about your attitude. Thank you. I hope you remember all the important points that I mentioned today. If you find these points to be highly insightful and the video to be interactive and engaging, I request you to like, share, and subscribe to this video. Please don't forget to ring the bell icon. Having said all that, we're actively hiring at Woodrock Family right now, and we invite you to join and be a part of the Woodrock family.